Good afternoon, guys. What's going on, man? Like Jeff Bates would say, just hope your coffee's good as mine. Man, people having a fit about their EBT and their SNAP. You know, it is bad. I agree, it is bad, but the sinister plan behind it's worse. A lot of people don't realize this. That's been the Democratic plan for a long time. I think they planned it out with the Biden administration before Trump even got elected. And what that was the idea of, let's say, we'll take some blue states, Washington, California, New York, uh, Colorado, places like that. We'll designate sanctuary cities. So what they did was they flew in a bunch of illegals, put them in there, set them up, and said, we'll take care of you, we'll give you EBT and SNAP, a place to stay, as long as you vote for us, and that being that we're Democrats. So, and that's what they did. So now they want to take everything from you guys, the ones that's getting EBT and SNAP, and give it to the illegals. In other words, they don't want you to have it no more. They want a new Democrat. Like Richard Pryor said years ago, he said the N word. He said they're looking for the new N. I'm not trying to be derogatory or offensive to a race, but that's what Richard Pryor said, and he was right. They want a new class of voters, and the only way they're going to get it is with illegals. And the thing that stumps them is the idea of getting past federal law, because it's violating federal law to do that. The illegal doesn't have a right to vote. He's not a citizen. And they're trying to abolish all of that and make it where they can vote and be a citizen and all these things. That's why you're not getting the EBT. Okay? If you watch the news and look past everything that's going on, you'll see it. You know, I'm just an old country boy. But doing my observation, that's what it is. Because the Republicans voted for, hey, we need to get these people their EBT and their SNAP. The Democrats said, no, we don't. We need to give it to the illegals. That's what happened. Hey, that's the truth. You don't believe me? Watch the news. A lot of things you see on Facebook is fake. It's fake AI. All these streams you see is fake. A lot of stuff you see people already going into the stores looting and stealing, that's AI. That's been made up. I'm not going to say what's going to happen after November 1st. They don't care if you loot the stores and do all that. It don't belong to them. They don't care. They want the illegals to have it. You know. So, I wanted to get that out of the way. I don't dabble in politics too much, but the Republicans don't care nothing about you anyway. Either, so I'm not either or. I'm in the middle. I'm like an independent guy. But yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way. It's been a while since I made a video. Old Blue Line Homestead, man, and police ain't really gonna be able to do a whole lot. We've had it now. You know, and here's the thing. They're talking about, we're gonna go into Walmart, we're gonna steal, and we're gonna walk out with it. You already stealing. You been doing that. Why are you advertising something that you already been doing? They do it every day here up in Fayetteville, in St. Paul's, North Carolina, when I was working with them. Man, 10 years ago, they'd go into the Walmart there, fill the cart up and take off with it. And then by the time we got there, they said, well, they done already gone. We ain't allowed to stop them. I said, why are you calling us for then? Can I go in there and get me a buggy full of free groceries? See, I mean, just, I don't know. But I wanted to tell you guys the truth about what's really going on. And y'all having a fit about not getting it, which I understand, but I told you the reason behind it. They don't want you to have it. Your party, your Democrat Party, don't want you to have it. You know, they fooled y'all and played y'all long enough. You remember back in the day they said vote blue no matter who. That way they can feed y'all, clothe y'all, and give y'all an apartment. Not no more. They want the illegals to have it. Till you get that in your head, it's not going to change nothing. Okay? I'm telling you. That's been the plan the whole time. It's been the plan the whole time. But, man, oh man. Gonna be Halloween tomorrow. I reckon I'll put my Elvis outfit on or put a wrestling mask on or whatever. We're having a trunk or treat at the church. Y'all remember back in the day, man, that was the thing. Us kids would get together. We'd pick a big neighborhood that we knew that was a big subdivision. And my Uncle Doodle and my aunt, they would take us all through the neighborhood, man. It was a big neighborhood. And that was the thing now. I mean, we had, let's see, 6 head of kids, each with a brown bag full of candy. Man, we brought it home that night. That supper table was full of candy because Mom or Dad would check over it and everything and put it up. Man, we had enough candy to last the whole year, but it was fun back then. You talking about 70s, 80s, and early 90s. It ain't like that no more, man. It just ain't. There used to be a magic there. The same thing with Christmas. Used to have that special something, man. We'd get together and go to my grandmother's. Thanksgiving and Christmas, man, everything be decorated, all kind of food, man. Everything has changed. So it's made me, I'm sort of like an introverted person. Well, I mean well, but I don't trust a lot of people. I just don't. I don't trust a lot of people. Well, man, I've seen a lot of hate in this world, man, and, you know, still dabbling into the truck driver thing and the missing truck drivers. And I'm getting, from what I gather so far, from some of my informants through the system, it's either Mexican drug cartels, but the biggest thing is this Aryan Nation group. They're like a clan group. Now, these individuals, they don't go on the sidewalk with the sheets on and the picket signs and shouting racial slurs and pissing people off, okay? That's been a thing that's thrown off on the news. These people are secret. They are among you. And this is why I say I don't trust people. You don't know who they are. They don't like law enforcement, which is me. They don't like any government, which is Democrat, Republican, anything. Nothing to do with government. They're anti-government. And what these people do, they band together, and what they do, they plan to go out and damage infrastructure, like electricity network or a water supply. This is what they want to do. Okay? There was a plan a while back, I think, where some ICE agents were attacked. And these guys were going to hide out in the woods and just fire a couple of shots, with the idea that maybe the agents and the other people end up shooting each other. But there was an FBI agent that was infiltrated that group and said that was the plan. And that's what they like. Said we'll let them shoot and kill each other, and then we'll come down and take over and start our little organization. And see, that's scary, but it's real. They're out there attacking black truck drivers and doing away with them and hauling tail with the supplies. But they got sophisticated electronics and all this where they can stop that truck where there's no telephone communication, no satellite, cell phones don't work, dead spots. And they got people inside the network that tell them where that truck's going, and probably the same thing with, I'm surprised they haven't attacked the railway yet with the trains. They probably have. You know, they used to have guys that would hop aboard the train, and when the train started moving, according to what area it was at, they would throw stuff out, electronics, TVs, or whatever, alongside the railroad track. food, cases of food, and they have guys there with trucks alongside the railroad track that will load it up. So, but now they're actually going after the actual truck and getting the load and stealing it. And that used to be an old mob tactic back in New York City. But it's a crazy world we're living in. So I'm still looking at that, the truck driver thing. It's hard and slow because nobody's going to tell you anything. Nobody tells you nothing. There's no evidence. They don't leave any evidence behind. But I've heard about this Aryan Nation group. And there's been some agents that infiltrated that group. And that's the intel that they've come out with so far. But they're all the time coming up with new stuff, new ways of doing things. And, to the people that are scared about November 1st, man, if you go out there shopping, carry you something. And, and rubberneck, look around. Watch your surroundings because they're threatening to attack people in the parking lot. So if you do something to them, to me, I'd go to court and say, Your Honor, hey, they got on social media and said, we're going to beat people down and steal their groceries, we're going to attack them. They pull a weapon on me and I fire back. That's self-defense. Same with you. Make sure they're using a weapon. If they pull that weapon, you got a right to defend yourself. Now, some states have screwed up laws where you can't do. You just about got to get beat down. But I'm in a red state, and we got the castle law here. But always remember, if they come at you with a weapon, a knife, or gun, or whatever, and you have your own, defend yourself. Don't go out looking for trouble, but if they say they're going to do what they're going to do, they'll probably find you. But I went out and got everything I needed to get just to be on the safe side, because you don't know. Hopefully, they'll come together and decide on it and give people their stuff. But they want the illegals to have it. That's what they want. So, I just wanted to put that out there. Some people hate me for it. I don't care. I'll just call it the way I see it. So, but like I say, I like to see people in unity. But I've never seen this country so separate like it is. And I'm lucky that I don't stay in a big city. Never wanted to. I stay out in the country and I love it. I sold my house and got a mobile home. It's the one I've had, and got land and everything. It's all paid for. I made sure I paid it off when I was young. That way in my retirement years, I can work somewhere part-time, just to dibble-dabble, but, I put a lot of my attention in music now, so that's something that I've always loved. I can go out and make music on the side, make a little bit of money doing that, or just get me a part-time gig somewhere. But, hey, man, if you like what you see and hear, hit like and subscribe. I do a video maybe about once a week. I need to do one every day, but I just get in that thought pattern of what I want to talk about, what's going on, and old police stories and things like that. So, but it's the idea that we're gonna go loot the stores and walk out with a buggy full. You been doing that, man. You been doing that. So, and the mental people that's out there that have mental problems you don't know nothing about, and they're a danger to themselves and a danger to others, and they may hurt you. Don't let them hurt you. I'm 55 years old. I don't claim to be no Superman, but I go to the gym and work out religiously, and learn you some realistic self-defense, something for real, And that'll help you out and go a long way. But, all right, y'all. I'll see you on another video. Happy Halloween, everybody.